Welcome, everybody, to Jimmy Klein Football 2012. Sir, yes, sir. Jersey Shore boys, all represented by the quality, experience, ownership of Jimmy Klein. And we're going to do a little cold calling here. It's Thursday night, September 6th. And we're going to go try to call Payne about my matchup with him in the Dynasty League. Try to get a hold of Payne here. See if this guy will answer. Oh.
What's up, man?
Hey!
What are you up to?
It's just, looking over the lineup, and as good as I felt at halftime yesterday, your guys really came through in this. Victor Cruz could have had a bigger game, but your guys really came through in the second half.
Hell yeah, man. That's what, yeah. Victor Cruz dropping those two, man, really hurt me. I'm not gonna lie.
But with a heavy heart because I'm playing Well, if I lose a Team Buster, there's no team I'd rather lose to in Sir Yes Sir than Team Buster. But
fuck him, dude. He's a douche. He hasn't traded yet.
He's been talking to
People gotta be talking to him.
No, there's a couple different owners that have been talking to him. I believe I forget offhand. I can't say for sure, but I know that Bruce is talking to him about a quarterback. But I think that Rob is about to make a trade with Team Buster. I haven't looked.
Ron has approached me about Matt Castle, but I was just not. With everyone else down, I'm not willing to trade Castle. Down quarterbacks, but he made two, and one of them was more than fair.
Really?
But honestly, I really didn't need a third tight end. But that was also before Marcel. One of them was a good feeler, and then I'll be honest with you, man. The other one was a very good one, Finley for Castle.
So
Rob. In fact, this is a very fair proposal, but I want to see how Marcellus Bennett's going to do, and he did fine.
I think Martellus Bennett is going to be top half. A guy worthy of starting, in my opinion. I think every week.
Every week in any league, easily, dude. The guy can. He's a top 10 tight end.
I think so because of the amount the Giants pass. Here's the one thing that disturbed me, though.
He's very talented. He was behind Witten all those years. He's very talented.
Here's one thing with the Giants, though. What was with the commitment to the run?
I loved it.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
You gotta give the Cowboys credit.
Dude, Ahmad Bradshaw spent 3/4 of the game running straight into the defensive line.
They try to run him outside. You got to give credit to the
Cowboys. The Cowboys defense but that's Rob Ryan. Rob Ryan is going to be an NFL head coach next year or the year after. I was telling my dad a year ago that I was hoping Rob Ryan would be the next coach of the Minnesota Vikings. He will be a head coach in the NFL.
No, without a doubt, because if people look at the lineage, there's no doubt. And you got to give the Cowboys credit. They won. They came prepared because they know. When me and the Evil Monkey went to the final game last year,
right?
We said whoever wins tonight can make a very deep run into the playoffs.
Right.
We both agreed on it.
Well, the Giants were red hot at the time too.
But the Cowboys and the Giants, they can beat anybody.
Yes. Tony Romo can beat any NFL team at any time. Now,
he really can. He's getting too much fucking shit.
Well, he hasn't won a playoff game. Eli Manning holds
Yes, he has. He beat the
Eagles. In Philadelphia?
No, they beat the Eagles back the last game of the regular season. They beat them in the playoffs. Then they got killed by far as Vikings.
Yes. The year that, yes. 38-0 or 38-3 Minnesota. Oh.
Wow. That people was so bad that people forgot Romo 1 week, the wild card.
You're absolutely right. Because I talked to like 2 or 3 people today, and everybody's like, "Nah, Romo's never won a playoff game." And
you know why? Because the ESPN keeps saying that.
Right.
ESPN needs an editor. Like, I can honestly say from watching ESPN that these guys spout shit that is not true.
The guy from CBA, the guy who hosts Around the Horn, is supposed to be the fact checker.
Mark Cuban. You know, I posted on Facebook right the day after the Heat won the finals. Mark Cuban was on, and this is a 6-minute video, and he ripped Skip Bayless. He didn't make fun of him. He completely exposed Skip's lack of knowledge of the game. And he goes, basically Mark Cuban said, you guys say such general, dramatic bullshit, like, and he used this term that the writers often use, he goes, you guys say things with no credibility and you expect not to be questioned. Like, what you say is God. And he said straight up, he goes, nobody listens to you. Nobody listens to you. Right? And it was just like, nobody cares what you say. And he goes, no, well, LeBron finally stepped up. He goes, well, I'm pretty insulted. In fact, my whole organization's insulted. I mean, he goes, Skip, tell me why he wasn't driving in the lane against us. Tell me why. And he goes, because he was this and he wasn't doing that. He goes, no, you're wrong. I'm going to tell you why. And he goes, we set up a zone because we didn't have the Thunder's athletic ability.
Right.
And what we did is we took away lanes from LeBron, and he had to make a pass to somewhere else. And more times than not, LeBron put the foot in the right place. And he goes, oh, dude, he fucking ripped Skip Bayless. And, dude, he made Skip Bayless is so full of himself that he wouldn't even know he was being embarrassed.
Well, Cuban...
Like, Skip Bayless is like, he wants some preparation. I know he listens to me. This is like, Mark Cuban basically said, you guys are a bunch of douches that think you're everything and people actually listen to you. And doesn't care what you say and all this stuff. And then Skip Bayless was just like, and he goes, everything you say, you think is like, you know, you think people can't question it. And it was almost like, dude, it was almost like Skip Bayless already had scripted what he was going to say, and he just did not expect Cuban to know. And in fact, one of the headlines was Mark Cuban exposes Skip Bayless' lack of knowledge of the game of basketball. Mark Cuban ripped him. And these guys, I hear all the time that he's never won a playoff game. Yes, he has. People tell me all the time that he's never won a playoff game. Yes,
right, I gotta watch that Philadelphia game because obviously, as a you know, the Viking fan that I am, I mean, I watched the first round of the playoffs, but I mean, you know, we had the week off, and you know, obviously, you know what happened to Dallas. I mean, they never had a chance against Minnesota in that playoff game.
No, everyone was shocked. Like, Dallas is ready for a big thing. They beat the shit out of the Saints late in the season, and then the Vikings just came in and clocked them.
Well, that Viking team was the best team in the NFL, Paint. If you and I sat down, and I've watched that NFC title game more than a few times. If you sat here and watched that game with me, you would see how much better Minnesota was. Clearly, that they fumbled the ball 6 times. Now they only turned it over like.
That's good. The year before, the Giants clearly had the best team. They lost to the fucking Eagles, and the fucking Steelers and the Cardinals played, and the Giants beat them both in their house. You know that
right.
The best Giant team in the last 10 years weren't any of the Super Bowl team. It was the team when I was at Barrymore, and I remember I went to bed right after the game. Like, I couldn't watch football for the rest of the season.
It's not always about the best team because look at 2000, Minnesota clearly had the best offense in the league that year, and we just had a few bad bounces.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, if Minnesota went to the Super Bowl and survived that 41-0 thrashing,
right,
they would have got Baltimore would have thrashed them.
You think?
Yeah. No, my buddy said, and I'll never forget, he goes, goes, the Super Bowl winner's coming out of the Tennessee-Baltimore game. And I said, you know what, dude? I think you're right. I think
and that was the Tennessee team that just lost barely to the Rams the year before. And that was the Tennessee team.
That was the best Tennessee team ever.
And that Tennessee team, a year later, I think, pulled off the Music City Miracle.
No, they pulled off the Music City Miracle to get to the Super Bowl. And then they had home field advantage, and Baltimore took them out.
No, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, I know. Trust me. That dude from CBA should be fired, and I should be having a job because I know more about sports history from my time alive than he does.
Now you're usually very much on point. I mean, the
Music City Miracle was the wild card game against the Bills.
So in January of 01, and that's okay. Yes, that's right. Because it's January of 01, and I'm thinking the 01 Super Bowl.
No, it was January of 2000.
No.
It was my last year. I was in Seattle when it happened, dude.
No.
January 1999. Wait.
No, it would have been January 2000.
No, the Giants got killed. No, the Giants got killed in 2001.
No, it was January 01 that.
Well, the January 2000 was the Music City.
Right,
Miracle.
but Super Bowl.
January 01.
January 01 is when the Giants lost to the Ravens. That's January 01.
01. And the year before, January 2000, is when the Music City Miracle happened.
The year the Rams won the Super Bowl.
Because I was snowboarding.
I was skiing. Can you believe that? Dude, that's funny as hell you say that. I was in Vermont. I watched that at a bar in Vermont.
I was on a break from snowboard instructing. I saw the Bills put it through, and I loved the Bills. I love Wade Phillips. So I was like, I left, and I went back to go instruct the class. And then I heard Tennessee won. I go, no, dude, I just saw the Bills kick the game-winning field goal. And then when I went home at night, my roommate's like, did you see the end of that game? I go, dude, what the fuck happened? I keep hearing about it. And he goes, dude, you got, and I walked out of the room after it went in the upright. I didn't stay to watch the kickoff. I walked out of the room and went to go teach a lesson.
Wow.
And I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. That's awesome. That is awesome. That's why I know I was in Seattle, because I was a beginning snowboarding instructor at Stevens Pass. I'll tell you, man, Cowboys looked good yesterday.
Yeah, I grabbed up Kevin Ogletree off that waiver wire, and yes, sir, real quick.
Yeah, guess what? Your thing starts at 12 at 1 o'clock Sundays?
Waiver wire, yes, starts at 1 o'clock Sundays.
Because already, look at all these 15, these Thursday night games. It's already becoming, because Whalen posted something like, that's interesting. And then I posted, yeah, it is, but is it because you start at 1 o'clock? Because that's what I'm doing. Because if you post it for the Thursday night game, no one can make any moves Sunday morning.
Right, right. That's where, of course, that's why, I kick off on Sunday.
That's the only way you can do it. Dude, you don't understand, the commissioning nightmare I'm going to have in the Dynasty League this year.
That's the way it should be. In my opinion, that's how I run my league.
I did it last year. Remember that one weekend when the Thursday night game started? All of a sudden it was a fucking nightmare no one can add. So that's why I had to manually change every week. I manually had to change the first third waivers.
Right.
And I'm going to have to do it this year.
Well, I mean, as I told you the other, I favor the waivers. So
I do too. I'm trimming them down, but the thing was, when I was talking to you, I just didn't feel like dealing with the fucking work, but I'm going to have to do it.
I mean, I always am on my phone, and my phone, I can always go on. So if you're not at a computer, you can always call me, and I'll sign on and do it. I can do it through my phone anywhere at any time, as long as you can call me.
The only one who vehemently objects
is Justin. So what?
The evil monkeys don't like it either, but the evil monkeys you know, the other guys are in bed, you know, like an hour she's picking up guys, you know, like after Monday night game.
Right.
Evil Monkeys is one of the, Evil Monkeys doesn't fight it. He understands why I do it. Justin is so sick. I'm at the point with Justin, like, you know, why don't you just keep track of your draft picks before you fucking trade ones you've already traded away, you know? You know, it's just like, you know, if you fuck up, man, just learn to shut up, you know? Like, shut up.
How many years has he won this division?
Out of 6.
6 out of 6?
5 out of 6.
5 out of 6.
The 1 year he didn't win it is the only year he didn't make it.
He didn't.
The only guy who won it was Pete Campese, and he was knocked out in his first fucking playoff game.
There was a year Ikia didn't make the playoffs?
Second year.
The last year that the Klein wasn't a part of the league.
Yeah. It was just a bad year for him. He fell off. And ever since, dude, he has just fucking beast. Honestly, he's been the best drafter year after year. Year after year, he's been the best drafter. Blue Line's been up there.
I had a good first few drafts, but it's gone down the hill since then.
And then, yeah, the drafting is not easy, man. Like, honestly, I make some of my best rookie pickups at the end of August. But I'm always going to keep it Hall of Fame weekend because then it conflicts with all of them. So
if I had drafted last year, I guarantee you, though, I would have drafted Cam Newton, and that my whole team would be irrecognizable because I wouldn't have made the half dozen moves I've made since then. You know,
yeah, but you know what else too? I took Kendall Hunter first. You know, I had 7 and 8.
Right.
And
well, yeah, you were trying to catch.
I was stuck between Denarius Moore and Cam Newton, and I decided I'm going to go after a receiver, and I'm going to get Ryan Mallett in the second round, and that's the route I took. And I remember I threw an okie dokie. He actually took Jake Locker with the first pick of the second round.
Right.
And they took him in the third round after it took
Blaine Gabbert.
And I remember I told him, I said, you know, I almost took him in the first round. Me and Okie Dokie are pretty much, Okie Dokie, and he could go all the way. Let's put it this way, come draft day, the only guy I'm worried about taking my guys are those two.
Right.
And,
well, that
He could go all the way has been an amazing drafter. He is just, for some reason, trades him away early, he cuts him too early, or he has a lot of bad luck going against him. But once again, I put a poll, who's going to win our division? And every August, everyone's picking him to win it, you know, our division.
I like he could go all the way.
No one has selected the defending champ to win his division.
The only reason I did it is because I just don't expect you to be able to do it twice in a row. I didn't win the division last year. What, you did not?
You did.
Well, okay. Well, I just don't expect it to be the top team in that division. I look at he could go all the way his roster, and I think that's the most talented team in that division.
And you already lead the vote. I actually voted for Sex Panther.
I was the first person to vote for he could go all the way.
Yeah, someone else did since you did. And tell you the truth, I voted for Sex Panther. Eric's team would have made the playoffs last year had it not all fucking died of injuries.
The defending champion not making the playoffs. How often? Has that ever happened before? Has the defending champion ever not made the playoffs?
Yeah. Sex Panther.
No, I know that. Before last year's, obviously it happened.
Oh, I mean, hold on, dude. Let me think. Hold on.
Who won the first year? You did.
Hold on. Second year, Brad. Nope. Third year, Evil Monkeys. The first defending champ to not make the playoffs the following year was Sex Panther.
Wow.
And he's the only one. In fact, him and Brad both didn't make the playoffs the year after they played each other in the finals. And you know what was awesome? so rooted hard for Eric Hansen because I wanted to be the first one to make it. And I was such an Eric Hansen fan that playoffs when I got knocked out that I had never avidly watched a postseason in fantasy sports that I wasn't involved in. And he beat the Monkeys. And I was like, yes! The Monkeys and Brad played. It was guaranteed one of them was going to be the first two-time champ. And Eric came in and fucked it all up. And then he won the next year, and then I won it last year.
For the second time, you're the first two-time champ.
I'm the first two-time champ. And seriously, dude, he's probably going to be the second.
Am I the only team to have only made the playoffs once?
No, Sex Panther.
Sex Panther makes the playoffs only once, and he won the whole thing.
Sex Panther's only made the playoffs once.
And he won the whole thing.
He got a division title and a title. Awesome.
I don't think I don't like Evil Monkey's squad. I don't think Evil Monkeys is making the playoffs.
Well, dude, he already knows he's getting old. That's why he's not trading picks away anymore.
He has no running backs. He has like even 5 running backs on his whole squad, and none of them I would trade for.
Yeah, he's keeping his back. He's been a good drafter too, though. He really has too. I have a subpar drafter, but have made great draft day trades or made great rookie free agent pickups.
Well, you can't argue with Bradshaw and Cruz.
But they weren't. Bradshaw was Cruz wasn't a rookie. You know how I found Ahmad Bradshaw?
Wait a minute. Cruz was a rookie last year.
No, he was the second year. You know how I found Ahmad Bradshaw?
Well, hold on a second. Didn't he win Rookie of the Year?
No. He was a Rookie of the Year before.
No, he was not. No, his rookie year.
This is how I found Ahmad Bradshaw.
No, we're talking about Victor Cruz.
Yeah, Victor Cruz that was his second year. Trust me on that, please. This is how I found Ahmad Bradshaw. When I was back in the class collecting cards, I come across the rookie card, and it's Ahmad Bradshaw. And I looked at it. I turned over the back. The 7th round pick out of Marshall, and a little reading about him. And because I had a Maurice Jones rookie card, Maurice Jones Drill, and there was a lot of the writing. There was a lot of similar language about the ability to break. And I said, "Fuck it, dude." I need a giant because I didn't have any giants on my team. I said I needed a giant other than Lawrence Tyne.
So you picked out Bradshaw.
So I just picked him up, all because I bought a pack of cards.
Yeah, but one thing about Victor Cruz is he doesn't seem to have had a single NFL stat prior to last year.
No, because he didn't play.
So it makes him ineligible to win Rookie of the Year?
I think so. You have to be a rookie.
So who won it last year in the NFC? Or did they even do it by AFC, NFC? I know Adrian Peterson was a Rookie of the Year. I know Randy Moss was a Rookie of the Year.
That's probably a defender. You know,
I know Mario Williams was a Rookie of the Year that you bring that up.
Yeah. I don't know. Who did it? I mean, you got Dalton getting in the AFC, I imagine, last year, right?
No, Torrey Smith or A.J. Green would have been ahead of him.
Julio Jones.
No. I'm looking it up right now.
I think it's Julio Jones out of the NFC.
That's really slow.
I think Harvin got it too.
Yes, Harvin definitely. All right. They do offensive Rookie of the Year. They do defensive Rookie of the Year.
So give me both.
So,
give me all 4.
So Randy Moss absolutely was a Rookie of the Year. Adrian Peterson was. Percy Harvin was. So Minnesota has...
But last year, I don't care about the Vikings.
No, but what I'm saying is this. No other team pops up twice on this list since 1998. And the Vikings have 3. No, and to be fair, 97 was Warwick Dunn and 05 was Cadillac Williams. And neither one of them turned out to be anything. Warwick Dunn maybe, but talk about flash in the pan. Now,
so who got it last year?
And we both of us should be ashamed of ourselves for not automatically coming up with it.
You gotta tell me now.
It's Cam Newton. Of course it was. But you don't even think of him as a rookie because he was that
good.
Yeah.
He's that good. You forget he's a rookie. The only reason why we know he's a rookie because he was drafted in the Dynasty League.
Because the guy's a top 5 quarterback, and that just doesn't happen for a second-year guy.
Now, what about AFC?
Nah, they don't do it like that. It's offensive and defensive.
Who's defensive?
I never would have guessed it. Von Miller.
Oh, yeah. Because he was on the Tebow team, so he got a
Dude,
lot of press.
the Broncos are sick at linebacker and overall at defense. The Broncos, now, the Niners' defense is awesome. But the Broncos' defense, dude, they got Elvis Doomerville back there. Meet your Doomerville. Robert Ayers is like, you know, a third on the chart down there.
I'm going to start Maurice Jones-Drew this week.
No, see, now that's like me trying to start Daniel Thomas over Ben Jarvis Green Ellis.
No, it's not, because he's a third down back. He's going to get receptions.
You know, I definitely closed the gap between my team and your team big time with that Stephen Ridley trade.
But you know what, dude? You think about it. Just because someone's going to start in the NFL doesn't mean he's going to be there in the second half.
Well, again, but go back to Ben Jarvis Green Ellis, who since I think, you know, the last 3 years in the NFL, Ben Jarvis Green Ellis is 3rd, I believe, overall, 4th at worst in touchdown carries over the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, we'll see what
and I have him, and I have Stephen Ridley, who fumbled the ball only once last year.
I can't wait till Jared Cook blows up and everyone who mocked me for taking him 6th in your
Bro,
draft.
I was asking for him in trade proposals to, you know, with you. I'll still talk Jared Cook.
One of the things, when Waylon ripped on me about, like, the trade proposal about Hernandez for playing Gabbert, and I wrote this whole thing, I don't expect you to get this trade. You wrote back this fucking essay tearing me up. You obviously don't know football. You drafted Jared Cook in the 6th round.
Bro, I'll give you Dustin Keller.
I don't fucking want a Jet.
Bro, now, how about this, though, Payne? Speaking about this week, now the Jets...
I don't want anybody.
The Jets, okay.
But my point is, Waylon actually ripped on Jared Cook.
Well, let's get to me versus you right here real quick. Dustin Keller, against the Bills last year, had 3 touchdowns in 2 games. So Dustin...
Yes, he did, but they see that footage. They want a key on him.
But however, Payne, Stephen Hill, who I just claimed today in your league, Stephen Hill is starting opposite Santonio Holmes at wide receiver. And you understand that I have Sean Green, the Jets running back. So where the hell else is Mark Sanchez going to go with the football? But other than to the tight end, which also that I have in Dustin Keller.
I think Tebow is going to take the job eventually.
Well, dude, again, let's talk about you and me this week.
It's going to be a tough matchup, dude. My Eston is strong, especially Bradshaw, and I needed that. My running backs are very questionable.
Bradshaw gave you a breath of life.
I need my receivers to step up big.
Bradshaw gave you a breath of life. At halftime, you were half dead.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It was not looking good at halftime. But Bradshaw gave me a breath of life, and that's what he always does. But the key is I am starting Jared Cook, and I need Demarius Thomas, Jared Cook, and Mike Williams, Syracuse Mike, to step up big. I need my receivers to step up big. I need them big time. And I need the Bears defense to fucking get Andrew Luck a rude awakening.
Now I'm bringing up our matchup right now. I haven't even looked at it.
Yeah, what's the point spread?
I can't bring up that one weird point spread which we can't ever predict. But
there's two different ones. There's one that you go to, and there's one when you go to.
Right. Well, going to the team matchup page. Right now, you are scheduled to beat me 164 to 151. We're both pathetic.
In that league?
Yes, in your league.
Do they even research the scoring system?
But here's the thing. In our matchup, for whatever I get, okay, the defense, there's no projective points on the IDP players. So that's why. That's why they're so low. The IDP, the individual defensive players.
So it's 164 to 151 or 141?
151, not accounting for the defensive players.
So I'm a 13-point favorite. But if you go to another one...
Right, let me go to the other page. Right, there's like 2 other pages with point spreads.
But, they've been so wrong, because there's times I'm actually an underdog by single digit, and I'm like, dude, I'm going to blow this guy away this week. And I do. And there's times I'm favorite, and I get blown out, and it's like, but it still feels good when it says you're favorite.
Right, and I'm never favored. I don't think, Payne, every page that I look at that usually has that other weird spread, they're at 0, and I'm thinking maybe actually the yearly scores. We'll see if it pops up somewhere this week, because I always see that one page with the odds that are like, you see the projected scores page, but then you have the spread. And everywhere I look, I can't see the spread. And everything that I remember is everywhere I looked last year, I couldn't help but see the spread. So, but I think that, I was looking at starting Daniel Thomas just a few days ago against you. And now I'm starting Stephen Ridley. I think that's an upgrade. And I think, though, I might... Now, Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis is hurt. I don't know how hurting. And then I'm thinking, okay, well, do I do the law firm? Do I do Bernard Scott? Do I maybe think about Daniel Thomas? And at receiver, Eric Decker's going to be getting respect right away. Obviously, you know how good Percy Harvin is. And with Golden Tate's not really going to... I don't think Golden Tate's going to play this week. So I believe against you, we ended up changing Golden Tate out. And now we're starting Malcolm Floyd, as I said earlier today. Malcolm could have a big game.
Bring it on, dude. Bring it on.
Malcolm could have a big game, dude.
I'm just, I just want to get this week over with. Big 30 points. Cruz could have had more for me, but you know what, dude? I need Demarius Thomas to come up huge.
Well, opposite him is Eric Decker. So while we'll both be rooting for Peyton Manning, obviously, it depends on who that ball, where that ball lands. Now, this week, the big-time intriguing game, so you'll be around, is, and obviously with the 4 TVs, we can watch whatever the hell we want, but the 4 o'clock game is San Francisco and Green Bay is the big game. Now, I haven't looked to see what else.
I'll probably be enjoying the beach early in the day, but you'll definitely see me for the 4 o'clock.
Nah, you gotta see everything, bro. You got Andrew Luck against the Bears. You got.
I'll be there. Don't you worry.
This is all 1 o'clock games. Atlanta, Kansas City is an intriguing matchup. Washington, New Orleans, Buffalo, and the Jets is huge implications in our fantasy matchup. Tom Brady, obviously, in Tennessee. And then you move on to the 4 o'clocks. You got Cam Newton in Tampa. You got the aforementioned San Francisco at Green Bay. Seattle at Arizona. And then you move on to the night game, Pittsburgh at Denver, and the Sunday night game. The 2 Monday night games are Cincinnati at Baltimore, and then San Diego at Oakland. So it is not going to be over because Malcolm Floyd is capable of putting up that 30 to 40 point performance. And I don't think it's going to be over until that late game Monday night. I might not even be able to stay awake for that whole game.
Oakland, San Diego, every year seems like it's a Monday night game.
Malcolm Floyd against Oakland last year, one game had 7 catches or so for 135 yards and a touchdown. So that's tall.
Yeah, I haven't read anything about Mike Williams. Anything.
I'm not even concerned about you starting Mike Williams this week. I'm not even concerned about Mike Williams.
You should be, because Preston Parker is supposed to think it's Mike Williams. Last year they made defenses the key on him. Everyone said he had an awful year, but he had more receptions last year. He had more receptions than his fucking freshman campaign.
Well, I think that Mike Williams is definitely a person to be feared. I like Mike Williams a lot. It's a shame I have no reason to root for him. I have to root against him this week. I don't have him on any team. And that's a 4 o'clock game. So you got to be watch that one. You got your Steelers at 8 o'clock. But if you're going to want, and you got Frank Gore at 4 o'clock. But if you want to watch Tom Brady paint, you're going to have to be at Barrymore or a bar. Because that's a 1 o'clock game. And New England, Tennessee will not be broadcast in the New York area. But it will be on TV at Barrymore.
I'm definitely so fucking.
And this year, I'm glued to my package because I had to pay for the damn thing this year, $300. So I am packaged heavy this year. It'll be very even rare that I roam out for the 4 o'clock games, although I like to do it, you know. But I had to pay for the damn thing. Wow, yeah. And you got a lot of late games. You got your whole defense is Sunday and Monday night. This is gonna be a fun Klein versus Paint. Only in America.
It's going down on Monday night. I'm not denying that. I don't expect a blowout. I really don't. I expect a fucking dogfight. And I expect,
Bro, my team defense is the early Monday night game. My team special teams is the late Monday night game, along with Malcolm Floyd.
And they can put up points in a hurry.
Ben Jarvis Green Ellis is the early Monday night game. Paint versus Klein is a Thursday to Monday night affair.
I got Ray Lewis, the fresh Ray Lewis, opening night in that game.
Dude, we are a 6-day affair, Paint. We started on Wednesday. We won't be done till Tuesday morning.
Yeah, it's going to be...
It already is.
I had a great start against Just Incredibles in the Klein League. And more importantly, Mag traded for David Wilson in the Jersey Shore League. And Mags ripped every draft pick I did the whole day.
Really?
And I already got a post ready for him if I beat him. I had Bradshaw versus Wilson. Right now the score is 15 to -2. 15 to -2. You know? And dude, he got -2 out of our running back. That's not a good start.
That is not a good start. That's like when I saw that you had like two...
Dave Wilson in week 1.
You had 2 points out of Bradshaw at halftime. I felt damn good. Something like that. 10 points out of those 2 players.
Bradshaw is. I've had Bradshaw all my life. That's how he is. You start slow.
And he ends up with 90-plus yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, and a few receptions.
I'm adjusting.
He got me 19 points.
I forgot to do this. I'm adjusting the wide receiver bonuses in Sir Yes Sir.
Now?
Just, it's a little. It's only one game in, not even a week in. But the receivers are not getting enough credit for the 100-yard game, which I'm only giving them 2.
You can't change it now, dude. Because someone's going to complain, like, why did my score go up? Or something, why did my opponent's score go up?
It's barely changing. I'm just, 100 yards gets you 3 points. 140 yards gets you 5 points. And 175 gets you 7 points. That's all.
For the first time in probably 5 years, I didn't make any preseason rule changes for the Dynasty League.
I'm just trying to fine-tune the Klein League. Wide receivers were out of control last year. And I meant to change it to 0.5 last year, and we all talked about it. I mentioned it to everybody. And people were like, eh.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely... Well, dude, I got to get back to finishing up my cover player. So I will definitely see you Sunday. Do what you got to do in your league. I heard it, but I act like I never heard it. And I'm just going to sit steady. I like the way my team finished last night. It's a good start. I landed a few jabs early. And now I'm just going to keep you away with a steady jab.
And I'm looking forward to it, dude. It's going to be a battle that goes until late Monday night into Tuesday morning.
You realize, man, if you lose, you go to Icky 0-1. And Icky, dude, you haven't even come within the fucking century mark of Icky in most of your matchups, man. You always put up your worst against them.
I know. It's weird. It's weird.
It's like your team gets all intimidated and they fall down like Bruce Seldon versus Mike Tyson.
Well, but against you, I always bring my A game.
Yeah, it's like I'm a Vander Holyfield. Everyone would try to knock you try to knock my head off to get the big ticket.
And if I had started Ponder and Knox last year, that might have been my year high. That might have been my yearly high.
I think you had the year high anyway again. Dude, it was awesome. You and Okie Dokie, man, both came in. Both of you guys had 9 touchdowns.
Dude.
And I just held you off. And I just bam. And I held you off. By the time I got to Icky, I'm like, I'm ready. And he actually was nervous. His team was amazing. He didn't want to see me.
No, he didn't.
He did not want to see me. And he had every right to. I think it was great because to beat you, Maurice Jones-Drew finished you off. Maurice Jones-Drew finished off Okie Dokie. And to beat Icky, Frank Gore on a Monday night finished him off. It was a Frank Gore touchdown at the end that finished him off. And that's, those two guys, they deserve to be like the guys that paved the path for my second title.
Right.
And then when I faced Blue Line, dude, I just fucking clobbered him, dude. The game was it was over by 4:30. It's just like bam, bam. I just clocked. I cleaned his clock.
That matchup between me and you was almost over by 2:30. I almost knocked you out for the count in the first round.
And I just stayed up and I just kept countering. Yeah, you had me down. You're like, dude, trust me. I knew I was at a bar and I saw 70-yard touchdown, and I was like, holy shit.
They just came in a row. It was bam, 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 bam.
And then it's just like, all right, I got Maurice Jones-Drew coming to you. And I didn't put up...
I think I put up 5 points during the 4 o'clock games that Sunday.
Yeah, because I had Maurice Jones-Drew and the San Diego kicker to finish you off on the Monday night. Well, let me get going. I got to finish this fucking cover letter.
All right, dude.
I'll see you Sunday.
Later.
If I don't see you